Alright, so for the past 3 weeks, people have been speculating that we should expect to see tier 4 Echo for this update, and I have not said anything about it because truthfully speaking, I don't give a crap about Echo, okay? I don't have any interest in the character in the comics, and I did not watch the TV show, and I have zero plans of doing so. However, let me know if I'm missing out in the comment section. Is the show actually that good, that these guys really truly believe that Echo by herself is enough to carry an entire update until the anniversary? Because as you can see right here, they say we will announce more information through the patch details later, which means this is a one uniform, one tier 4 patch type of update, a filler before the anniversary, where they're supposedly going to win back all of the players that they have been losing over the past 6, 7, 8, 9 months, because they're giving us lackluster updates just like this one. In my opinion, the one before this with Ebony Maw and Thane, also lackluster. But let's jump into it. This is what they have to say right here. This superhero who can channel the powers of her ancestors while taking on enemies with exceptional martial arts skills has risen to find her true self. Maya's return. Explore the fresh appearance and enhanced abilities of this superhero who has transcended her past as an assassin, inspired by Marvel Studios' Echo. So she's gonna be getting tier 4. And I want to know how many of you guys are excited to tier 4 Echo. I'm sure there's a lone fan out there, but I know for me, unless she is meta changing, the chances of me tier 4 in this character is slim to none. I don't want to say 0, but damn near close to it. Okay, if I didn't tier 4 Angel and he is really, really good, I don't see myself tier 4ing her unless she is truly, I would say, at a level where I feel like I can't live without having the character. She has to be a staple for timeline battle, at the very least, for me to consider tier 4 her. Okay, I don't really need another tier 4 for World Boss. I don't really need another tier 4 speed character for Giant Boss Raid. I already have Rogue. I don't see this uniform eclipsing Rogue in any regard. Sure, she's a human, Rogue is a mutant, whatever. Okay, point is, Maya Lopez, aka Echo, has primarily been a character that you use for her leadership, because it's a very good leadership. 60% attack, 60% defense, and she removes all your debuffs. And in addition to that, she's a back alley queen, so she actually gives them some pretty nice stuff. Right here, decreasing the chain hit damage that you receive by 20%, give you some ignore dodge. That's dope. Now if they want to take it to the next level in this uniform and make it so that her uniform effect, the decreased basic damage received, also applies to your allies, that will be cool. The extra dodge, that would be cool too. Maybe also make her tier 2, might as well just make her tier 2 passive also apply to the bloody team. Then make her a decent DPS, and I could see myself possibly considering tier 4ing her and then doing a wonky team for maybe Spider-Man. You know, I don't know. I really don't see how they're going to make this character enticing enough for me to possibly tier 4 her. Again, I want to ask you guys in the comment section, what do they have to do for a character like this to make you tier 4 her? She always had a little bit of potential for Alliance Conquest, but that's not enough for me. Speaking of Alliance Conquest, in addition to this, in my opinion, lackluster, watered down patch, which I wasn't even going to talk about, truthfully speaking, because I think this is a skip. And I think if you're one of the people who, you know, you've been kind of feeling burnt out because they're dropping tier 4 at such a rapid rate, and I can't blame you for feeling burnt out, especially when you consider the fact that they've been dropping tier 2 natives back to back damn near. Look at the fact that they're giving you Ebony Maw, who's a skip, Maya Lopez is a skip, and also, even though Angel is really good, they decided to double down and not listen to us and not give him my frame ignore on his skills, so he's also a skip, unfortunately, for the majority of players, and his uniform is gone anyways, so if you don't have it, might as well skip him as a tier 4 as well. So 3 skip tier 4s in such a short period of time should give people, you know, a little bit of leeway to go ahead and tier 4 somebody like Silver Surfer if they want to, because that will save you a lot of materials. Maybe that's what they're trying to do, release bad tier 4s or non-hype tier 4s that people can easily skip over as a way to save you materials to tier 4 the characters that you actually want. People like Thanos, Silver Surfer, maybe Gladiator, etc. Even though he's not that great in my opinion. Okay, he's okay, but not that great. Anyways, another thing that we got to talk about is the fact that they're trying to win us back by releasing a dev note. Check this out, the 9-year anniversary development team letter of appreciation. And I'm gonna go through this, okay? First and foremost, they're telling us it's from the dev team. Okay, we would like to greet our agents. I don't care about your joy and whatnot. Express their deepest gratitude to the agents who've been funding the game, who they refuse to listen to. Then they decide to jack themselves off by telling us that they added Otherworld Battle and they added the sword system and all of these things, when realistically they added these things not necessarily for the players but to make more money. Okay, they added the Otherworld Battle thing so that they could sell a battle pass for it. They added the swords so people can go spend money in the shop to buy the sword stuff. So stop the cap, bro. You're not adding this shit for players, you're adding this shit for your damn self. New hero release, we could say that they're doing some of the new hero release things for the players because a lot of them are free, but let's be real, when we tell you they trash, you don't go back and buff them, and that is truly for the players. Okay, let's be real. Exodus trapped at tier 2, what kind of use is that to us? Okay, Hope Summers made her the most expensive Epic Quest character ever. Stop it. Okay, Black Swan trapped at tier 3, and you have to get tier 4s to get access to her. She's literally the only boss in the game that you unlock from robots that can't fight herself. As for the others, I'll give you guys a pass. Moving on, they're talking about the new world boss and the upgrade missions. Again, jacking themselves off. I do think that they did great stuff by giving us the support mission, the discount tier 4s. That's really good. Okay, and the fact that the new characters that get tier 4 get added into it by default, that's good, because they generally have a thing where when they release an upgrade or release these kind of mechanics, they make it so that when they release new stuff or new characters, you can't use them on it. We've seen them do it tons and tons of times before, where they'll give you access to a tier 3 selector but make it so that none of the new tier 3s are in there. They'll release a CTP selector, but then they'll make it so that none of the new CTPs are in there. So it's cool that they actually made it so that you can actually get the new tier 4s at a discount regardless of when you start playing the game, and unlock that feature. Anyways, moving on, let's talk about some of the stuff that they have in the works. New content that's in development. Let's see if they're actually listening to the players. The first one is a new form of narrative content. So basically story mode. Might be able to get tier 4 materials through story mode in the future. We'll have to wait and see. So it says, in this content, the characteristics of the heroes will stand out as much as possible, and agents will be able to enjoy the maximum fun from exploring a story rather than simply repetitive play. So it's gonna be story mode but better. Interesting, because the story mode in this game right now, it's one of the most rewarding piece of content. However, it's just repetitive play. You put it on autoplay and that's it. So it'll be interesting to see how they basically capture the essence of story mode and also give you amazing rewards while not making it repetitive and also rewarding at the same time. And rewarding is a big thing. Okay, these guys struggle with giving people proper rewards for the difficulty of the content a lot of times. Like 9 out of 10 times they get it wrong and they have to go back and buff it. And these days they're not listening to nothing that we have to say in terms of buffing either characters or content. So it better be good at launch, or we can expect it to be exactly that way forever. I think at this point they've decided to stop listening to everyone and just basically do what they want. Anyways, second, we are preparing a new collectible growth content. Essentially, they're releasing stuff for you to spend money on. Okay, when they say new collectible growth content, okay, they're basically talking about CTPs, premium cards, swords, shit that you spend a bunch of money on to either boost your roster or boost your ego or separate you from the free-to-play community. That's how I look at it, okay? This right here you should be worried about. But I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. Let's get into this. This content will be of interest to any Marvel comic fan, and the focus is on the fun of collecting. Interesting. Let's see how this turns out, guys. Okay, the fun of collecting, because we don't already have the fun of collecting the characters, we want even more things to collect, and you know how expensive it is to collect stuff in these games, right? Okay, anyways, and the growth elements will be designed to be uncomplicated. Agents can receive various benefits by using what they collect, so please look forward to it. Again, it's probably going to be something like swords. Lastly, we are preparing a new multiplayer content. Now, this is where they have me excited, because I do like multiplayer content, which is why I'm always pressing these guys and asking why they're not releasing more giant boss raids, and they just keep releasing more world bosses, i.e. Black Swan. Because it's cool to be able to play with other people instead of just beating up on the bosses by yourself. So be interesting to see how this works. It says the content will be developed with the concept of blocking waves of enemies together. Agents will be able to enjoy the fun of cooperating and using their favorite heroes that they have grown. Each individual's role will also be important in this new content. Interesting. Next up, we got the PvP contents to be improved. We have listened to the opinions that our agents have continually sent with love and interest in PvP content. Really, it's been 9 years and you guys have barely changed timeline battles, so I feel like this is cap. But let's listen and see what they finally are deciding to do. First, we apologize for the delay. Listen, I don't want your apology, I want progress. I want results, okay? So, as we carefully discuss how to proceed, since adjusting PvP content hastily without sufficient preparation may have led to disappointment. Okay, so here's the thing. Considering you guys had 9 years to work on timeline battle, this better be the best rework possible, okay? It better be all of the feedback that you've been getting for 9 years combined into the ultimate PvP game mode, because y'all had 9 years of sitting with your thumb up your ass. Anyways, let's continue. To reduce the attacker's weakness, adjustments will be made to the skill cooldown. The penalty of having a skill cooldown immediately after tagging a hero was previously only applied to attackers. However, it will be applied equally to attackers and defenders after the May update. Okay, so this is actually, I would say it's okay. It's not the best solution, but it's okay. This means that you don't have to worry about Adam Warlock and other characters one-shotting you because their skills is not on cooldown when you attack them and your skills is on cooldown. So that's cool, I guess. It's it's better than what it currently is. In addition, we're considering adjusting various penalties for attackers through sufficient discussion. We are also planning to apply convenience features such as specifying the number of auto repeat. Listen, this is not enough. You gotta be joking. So they had 9 years and this is the best that they could give us. This is literally, like, not saying this is all they're gonna do, but you mean to tell me you had 9 years of feedback for timeline battle and this is the best you could come up with, making it so that the cooldown is equally applied to both parties and allowing us to pick if we want to auto repeat 5 times or 1 time.
That is one big pile of shit.
Anyways, let's continue. Otherworld battle. The debuff character system will be enhanced to allow more diverse heroes to be used in Otherworld battle than before. Y'all don't think that should have been something that applies to timeline battle as well? One of the best things you could literally do for timeline battle, I'll give it to you for free right now. I'm not on the dev team, I'm not getting paid. All you have to do is see this number 1 you have right here, make it so that every week each character can only be used once. Not once per day, but once period for that week. So if you have 50 characters in your roster and you need to do 70 fights because you get 10 fights per day, guess what? You now have to build 20 more characters. There's so many different characters that can be used in PvP, but people never use them because they're not strong enough to go up against the other characters like Thanos, the Jean Greys, the Madeline Pryors, etc. However, if you make it so that the last team that you use in timeline battle is the team that people have to fight, and also make it so that you have Jean Grey, Adam Warlock, and Thanos, guess what? If you put them all on the same team and all of them only have one entry that week, you can't use them for the rest of the week. Now you gotta go and build 70 PvP characters if you want to actually be the #1 PvP player in the game. Show us the depth of your roster. Shit like that would make timeline battle interesting, because characters that don't get no type of play, because in a game where the top 10 characters or the top 15 characters get used the most, nobody's gonna go look at the top 50 characters. Yeah, I'm saying? So you make it so that these guys can only be used once per week. Even once per day would make a big difference to the meta shake up in PvP. But you make it once per week, people would definitely start building their roster, and that would definitely make you more money. Stupid. Because people are going to be building 70 plus characters now for PvP. Come on, man. It took me 2 seconds to come up with shit like that. And you guys have 9 years and you can't come up with something better than freaking auto repeat and cooldown? Come on, dog. Anyways, man, through this we will provide the agents with the fun of experience various heroes and forming more diverse teams. The same thing you should do for over here as well. You can keep Otherworld Battle the same as it is, and you buff the character system and debuff whatever, but make it so that people can't use the same fucking 3 characters for the whole week. And like, listen, I've been using the same team in Vibranium League for like 3 weeks in a row. That's wild. You mean to tell me you have a game with 250 plus characters and I'm using the same theme for 3 weeks in a row? That's 210 fights. And I'm saying if I don't refresh. You know how mind-numbingly boring that is? Now imagine if I actually had to sit and think. You think I'd be using auto repeat? Come on, man. All right, let me go ahead and skip over this. Anyways, Alliance Conquest. I'm happy to see Alliance Conquest because this is another way that they can make money and make the game more fun. Also make it so that characters that don't get no type of love, but also get some love. However, the first thing that they gotta do before they even touch Alliance Conquest is tell us they're gonna include better rewards. Before you say you're gonna reward nothing, tell us you're gonna buff the rewards. Tier 4 materials, bring that shit up to where the game is right now. If it ain't have no tier 4 materials, I don't give a fuck what you're gonna do over here. Anyways, to reduce the fatigue of Alliance Conquest, we're considering adjusting both the duration and the battle time. Good. Buff the fucking rewards as well. I'm pissed, like I'm actually pissed. Anyways, let's go. In addition, we're also considering other various changes such as simplification of the region conquest method. However, since Alliance Conquest has many elements, shut the fuck up and tell me you're gonna buff the rewards. I'm actually getting cheese, bro. Like I'm actually, this is why I haven't been making videos on stuff, because it makes me so mad, and I'm just like, yo, I don't have the energy to be mad at these guys for being so stupid and for so long, and then pretend like they don't know what they need to do. So for Alliance Conquest, first things first, need to make this shit 1-on-1, not no 2-on-1, because it's not 1 versus 1 versus 1. Okay, in Alliance Conquest, what that happens all the time is when people see who they get matched up against, they just decide to go message that other team. So if you have Alliance A, Alliance B, and Alliance C fighting, Alliance A and Alliance C gonna make a backdoor deal because they're bitches, and they're gonna team up on Alliance B so that those guys, Alliance A and C, are the ones that come in first and second. That's literally what happens in Alliance Conquest all the time, and that's why I got fed up with that game mode, because it's a whole bunch of bitches. That's what they fucking do. So we need to make that shit 1-on-1 so people can fight mano a mano and don't have no backdoor deal. The best alliance wins. Secondly, buff the rewards. Like, why am I so mad about Alliance Conquest, bro? Like, I'm telling these guys to fix this shit for so long, bro. That got me out here cussing. Anyways, PvP content stat adjustment. Okay, our team has concluded that in order for a wider variety of heroes to be active in PvP than currently, the impact of additional peers should be reduced. Imagine adding something in the game to make more money, and then realizing that it's making half of it, not even half, 90% of the other characters in the game virtually useless, and then saying, you know what, we're gonna have to nerf this effect that we made you pay money for. Instead of adding stronger characters, we're gonna nerf this effect that we made you pay hundreds, thousands for. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that. You spend thousands of dollars buying cards, rerolling your cards, getting more Pierce, more Pierce, more Pierce, and these motherfuckers decide, you know what, we're gonna reduce the effectiveness of Pierce in PvP just because we don't want to make stronger characters to accommodate the fact that we fucked up the game by being greedy and trying to add additional pierces a way to, you know, give you more power, sell you more power. Don't become too powerful, then we're saying we're gonna nerf it.
It's so dumb.
It's so dumb, it's brilliant.
No! It's just dumb.
I'm all for having more characters be viable for PvP, but I'm never on board for companies when they do shit like this. Sell you more power, and when you buy that power, they decide to fucking nerf the effect of it because they don't want to actually balance other characters to make it so that they can compete with the power that they made you pay for. Anyways, it's their game. They can do whatever the hell they want. May update hero. The next update for May will target heroes from the poll that I think was rigged, that had shit like tier 4 war machine, you know what I'm saying? So expect to see maybe, I don't know, tier 4 null or some tier 4 Mephisto or tier 4 Sentry or some shit like that in the next update. Then they're telling you that there's gonna be a live stream where you can get 200 crystals. Not everyone, just 20 people drawn at random, so you can participate in this survey shit if you want. As you can see, it's only 4 questions, so you might as well do it and get your free crystals. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap the video up right here. Y'all leave me what your thoughts are in the comments, and I will catch you in the next one. Make sure you guys log in and get your free Odin's Blessings, your free artifact, and a free Vibranium gift chest, which is probably gonna give you tier 3 material. Hopefully you get a free 4-star artifact that you can use. Both my accounts, I got Trash, I got Spider-Woman, and I think I got Ghost Manther. So on my free to play, I got Spider-Woman. Don't have Spider-Woman on my free-to-play account. Sad. Even though if I hire her, she's not that great anyways. And I got Ghost Panther on my whale account, which can't do nothing for me. So yikes. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.